Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late December, moving into early January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Capricorn collective in late December into early January. It is Capricorn season, a beautiful time of year. We're getting ready to start a brand new year, my friends. Let's see what's up. What energies, messages, insights, my guides. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cappies, please. And while we get this first card out, I just want to once again wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. Whether it's already passed, whether it's still coming up, I hope you have a really fantastic one. So let's get your card out. Let's see what's happening in the energy, please, for the Cappies. There it is. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. This is a very reminiscent type of energy, and I've been seeing this across a few different signs. There's like little notes of communication. This card does remind me a lot of the Six of Cups, where there's like a link to the past for whatever reason. So for a lot of you, you might be taking stock of the year that's we're closing out pretty soon. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So if you look at the imagery here, we have this lovely lady wearing that blue dress and her eyes are closed. She's holding on to a locket. There's like an etheric background going on here. So to me, it's someone doing some self-reflection. So for some Cappies, it doesn't mean you're like looking back on the past or stuck in the past or anything like that. There's just a lot of contemplation and self-reflection. Now, since there is a link to the past here, there's a big possibility that whether you're dealing with situations again, could be things popping back up, that could be a possibility when this card is here. But I just feel someone taking a real big walk down memory lane. So just know that might be a prevalent theme for a lot of you going forward through this week and even weeks after. Now, there are notes, there's letters, there's all sorts of stuff that's linked here in the symbolism. So we could be seeing talks, communication in some way or form, but we're just going to leave it at that. I feel like it's a very simple, straightforward way to start the reading. So we'll just let her chill right there. She could keep contemplating. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card over here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for you, Cappy. What's happening? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Big Ending. So to me, it did feel like for a lot of Capricorns, you're closing a chapter on something. Okay, now that could be a whole bunch of different things. Like I said, we do have the links from the past and stuff like that. Endings lead to new beginnings. That's something I always like to say when that type of energy shows up. But just know it could bleed over for a couple weeks. So I mean, for a lot of you, there's certain chapters that could be coming to a close. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for the Cappies in their birthday season. What's happening? What's the vibe, my Capricorn friends? Thank you. Oh, okay. Creating something here, my friends. We got the Magician. Position number 1. I've been seeing this little magician show up for a few different signs. I really like when the magician is in position number 1 because there's a lot being created. This is a big card of like creation. So there's an energy bubbling underneath the surface. Let's get a couple more. What do we have for the Cappies, please? In late December, early January. Okay, 6 of Swords. Now we do have some action, some forward movement, forward progress. This is a card that is on the move, and I do like it. Let's get one more out. Let's see what we have. What's up for the Cappies, please? I mean, it kind of makes sense. It fits the bill with what we've been seeing. Okay, so now there is strategy involved in one form or another. We have the 2 of Wands, and that is one of my bigger strategic cards, especially when we pair it with the fire-air combo. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always like to look at the elements first because I feel that's very important to tell us how the energy is moving. We have the Magician, the master of all elements. We have the Swords, which, I mean, that's the realm of thought, speaking, talking. So it's a similar thing to that oracle card we saw in the beginning. Logic, it's very plan-based, a lot of analysis. And then we have the Two of Wands, which is fire. Now, I always say when we add fire and air, it could be a little combustible, it could be a little unpredictable, but at the same time, there's a lot of forward movement, forward push. That's what I'm feeling off this initially. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, the Magician. There's a lot we could say about this Magician. It's a beautiful card, one of the more powerful major arcana. And we see this individual standing there in front of all the elements. So we got swords, we got wands, we got pentacles, we got cups. Notice the infinity symbol over the head, and the Magician has its wand up to the sky, channeling some sort of energy. This is a huge card of manifestation, creation. So for a lot of you, if you're not purposely manifesting something, you might want to get on top of that. This tells us that the energetic support is with you to bring new things in. This is a very magnetic energy. It pulls things towards it. So I like this Magician. Now there's other little notes here for a lot of you. This could be very spiritual. This could speak about spirituality, spiritual practice, spiritual knowledge, ritual, all sorts of stuff. So this energy is nice, but a big theme that comes along with the Magician is control. Now, the good aspect of this is that somebody's saying, hey, I'm controlling where I go. I'm controlling what I do. I'm in charge of my ship, right? As we have that boat down there, where it becomes a bit of an issue here with the Magician. Yeah, I could speak about dark energy, dark spiritual practice. We're not even going to walk down that road. But a big challenge with the Magician is either dealing with somebody that is like overly controlling of you, or being in a situation where it's kind of out of your hands, or there's nothing you can really do about it. So we'll see. I always lean optimistic until the clarifiers tell us otherwise. But to me, it does feel very magnetic. There is an energy coming in, especially with the Six of Swords right next to it. So moving over, the Six of Swords has a lot connected. I really do like this card as well. And we see these individuals, they're in the boat, they're moving forward. This is a card of coming out of choppy waters into calm. So it's improvement, it's action, it's moving quickly too. So I really do like this. So whether it's an action you're going to take, whether it's an action someone else is going to take, we'll look at that further down the line. Now, the Six of Swords can represent distance, it can represent travel, it could relocation, a whole bunch of stuff could be linked here. Now, where we get to the issue with this, there might be someone you're connected to where either they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or they're just not following up with something the right way, because this card can be a little flaky in its challenge. So I'm not saying that's you. It could just be someone else where it's like, you should probably be doing a little more. You should probably be paying attention to this. In its reverse form, sometimes it could represent things popping back up, which is a theme we saw very early on in this reading. So we'll see if anything's going to swing back around. But I feel like it's pretty simple. Sometimes it could be delays, but we're not really going to go down that road. Now, on the back end, we have the Two of Wands, another card that is pretty positive initially. Now, all twos represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. So for some Cappies, maybe that's where you're at right now, where it's like, I could go this way or I could go that way. It could be literal decisions. It could also represent partnerships, people that we connect ourselves to. But the biggest theme with the Two of Wands to me is strategy, planning, because it's somebody saying, okay, I'm about to embark on a journey. I'm about to open this new chapter. I'm about to walk down one of these roads. Which one is it going to be? Now, this one also does connect with distance and travel, just like the Six of Swords there. So, I mean, I'm just placing that in there so you all know. But where we come to the issue with the Two of Wands, where it can be challenging, is it could represent someone feeling a little bit stuck or a little indecisive, like, all right, how should I handle this? What should I do about this? Okay, so sometimes it could be problematic. It could be an issue or problem or a situation that's a little frustrating, but I'm not necessarily feeling that just yet. I feel cautiously optimistic about where we're heading in the future. So I want to dive deeper on all the Cappy. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's up. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Magician. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cappy, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Magician time. What's being created here? What do we got? What is brewing? Thank you. Something's brewing, that's for sure. We have the Page of Swords in the upright. I mean, this could be a little bit of a defensive card. Now, it does have a lot of themes that we've already been discussing here. Now, for a portion of you, this could represent a younger individual. It could also represent air signs, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All pages represent new. So whether it's new endeavors or new things you're trying to learn, I do like this. So for a lot of you, there's great energy, great fresh energy that's coming in towards you. But a few things with the Page of Swords, yeah, it could be talking, but at the same time, it's a little defensive. It's someone that has their guard up. It's like being a little skeptical about something. But when I see it here, it's just like kind of holding strong. It's being a little defensive about something. I do think that this could be good, but I feel like there's a link with this card and with this card as well, because it's definitely planning something, or at the very least watching. Now, for some Cappies, maybe there is a situation that you should probably just keep an eye on. Not saying you have to throw all your energy into it, but it's like, all right, well, keep an eye on this. Stay aware about this. Stay on top of this. That's kind of what this feels like to me. So just know that there might be a situation you need to stay on top of, or just keep an eye on. Okay. Hopefully this isn't somebody that has you under the microscope. I'm not necessarily feeling that yet, but the fact that we have so much like analysis and planning here with the fire and air, it's still all up in the mix. Let's keep moving. But I feel like the positive we can pull from this, if you are purposely manifesting something in, there's most definitely good potential to bring that in, like really magnetize it. Let's keep moving. Yeah, it's so much planning for one reason or another. But let's go in on that Six of Swords. Let's see why that's here. I feel like we're going to get a bigger, fuller picture as we move forward, hopefully. All right, you know how these cards can be sometimes. Let's get that Six of Swords. What is that 6 here? Thank you. Okay. I mean, I think this is really good. So we do have more fire showing up here. Lots of people now. We have the King of Wands in the upright underneath the Six of Swords. Now we do have this explosive energy of action coming in. Now for a lot of you, if things have been very quiet for a while, if things, because I've been saying this too, I feel like there's something building, there's something bubbling underneath the surface, but in a good way. The King of Wands, if it's not a fire sign you're connected to, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is a card of focusing your intent, focusing your attention, and like going, making it happen. So when I see this here, like Six of Swords with the King of Wands, boom, it's explosive action coming in where someone's like, okay, I see it. That's where I'm going. This is the direction I want. That's where I'm going. So it's very important to not get sidetracked or distracted by things in this time. I don't think it's bad though, but the thing that I'm seeing here is a lot of people. Okay, I mean, with the Magician, the Page of Swords, now the King of Wands, now we're getting a lot of other people's energies here. So just know when I see a lot of court cards, it could be a lot of energies that you're feeling, whether it's like friends or family or colleagues. It's like I'm very sensitive to the energies of those around me when all this starts showing up. But the main thing I'm feeling, especially with all the fire-air combination, it is explosive, and I think it's good. Okay, it's like either someone getting off to the right start where it's like, okay, now I'm picking up steam real quick. There's not an energy of delay here. So if you've been going through a quiet time, I'm thinking business is going to pick up quickly. Let's see what that Two of Wands has to say. Because when we mix this energy, I know I've been seeing like, yeah, the planning, the strategy, that's all up in the mix. But with the fire air, that's not conducive for like a step-by-step plan, if that makes sense. So it's like the energies are kind of at odds. Let's see what that Two of Wands is, though. And we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So why is that 2 here? Why is that? Thank you. Yeah, so we do have a little bit more air. So elementally, aside from that Magician, it's like all of this volatile energy. Okay, so for some of you, I do feel like this could be a roadblock or something popping up that you didn't quite see coming. So again, this could be like a surprise or unexpected situation or problem where it pops up where it's like, okay, well, I kind of had a vision here, but now this pops up. So I would watch out for things that just come in out of nowhere. Do I feel like this is going to put a stop to something fully? Do I feel like it's going to stop your momentum, stop your shift? I mean, I guess it depends on what you're going through right now. If you're in a place where none of this has elapsed yet, this could be a little concerning when I see it on the back end. Now, the Three of Swords is a card of pain, stress, anxiety. There could also be someone that is like feeling a little stuck and they're super stressed out about it. But with all the fire-air combo, I feel like if it's stuck, it's not going to be stuck for long. If there's something lingering, it's not going to be lingering for long. So the positive thing about this problem or situation we're seeing on the back end is that it resolves quickly. So again, we have plans, we have strategy, we have big action coming in. If there is something, a situation or problem that pops up out of nowhere, I feel like it can be overcome quickly. That's the beauty of the Two of Wands, Three of Swords combination. Like, yeah, it's not the most optimal, ideal stuff, but to me, it's just a little barrier. Okay, so maybe you're at this point right now where you're about to just like break through a barrier. That could be really good. So interesting how the energy really presents itself this week, because yeah, it's a little bit at odds. Yeah, we do have a little curveball from the universe right here on the back end, but I feel that there's a lot of energetic support here to just push through it. Okay, so just know if you're going through a problem or a situation, it's like, yeah, just keep pushing. You'll push right through it, because I don't feel like this is stopping this. That's just how it's presenting to me. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card here. And remember, this could be your vibe or somebody else's, but if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Magician with the Page of Swords. Now, I did say, yeah, there could be a situation you want to just keep an eye on or be aware of it. It's like, all right, don't have all of your focus on it, but I see a great energy around attracting new things towards you, or magnetizing, manifesting. It feels really nice. So I would take advantage of that energetic support while you have it. There could be somebody that's keeping an eye on something. I don't feel like that's like a terrible thing, but there's also a plan being hatched. Moving to the center, we do have the Six of Swords with the King of Wands in the upright, so explosive action where someone's like, okay, I see it, I want it. This is the direction I want, I'm going to go that way. So I think watch out for distractions. That's a big thing I see here too. Like if there is a direction you're wanting to go, just watch that you don't get sidetracked. That's a big thing here in the center. Big sensitivity to the energy of others as well, so keep that in mind. But on the back end, we have the Two of Wands with the Three of Swords. So to me, this is like a little curveball from the universe, whether it's a situation or problem that pops up a little bit out of nowhere. But do I feel like it's going to stop someone in their tracks? No, it's like temporary, and it's something that could be resolved quickly. That's the reason I like it. It's like a blip on the radar, so to speak. I mean, even though it might be a little uncomfortable. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card right here at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. If you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get your shadow card out now. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Cool. King of Pentacles. That is a card that does connect to you, which I would say is a good thing. Now, remember, it's not gender specific, and surprise, surprise, another person showing up in the vibe like we're seeing in the main part of the spread as well. Now, I always find it intriguing when I have a card that represents the sign that I'm reading for show up. Now, for a portion of, yeah, maybe this is another earth sign you're connected to. Sure, that could be the case. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But a big thing with this King of Pentacles, the positive aspect is that it's grounded, it's blessed. There's a ton of abundance possible. So this could be really something fantastic coming in. When we get to the shadow side of the King of Pentacles, it's not very adaptable. It could be a little stubborn from time to time. Not saying that's you. I know Capricorn is a cardinal sign. You're all about taking action. But when I'm seeing things here about like not getting sidetracked or being a little more flexible, there could just be a situation where you just might want to be on your toes a little bit and be a little more flexible about it. Okay? And this is also a card of confidence. So I do like this for the most part here. It's all about rolling with the punches, my good friends. But yeah, Cappy, that is what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you this year for Christmas? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.